Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment as the Tennessee Titans win 23-20. Yes, I am still alive. I have not made a video in 2 weeks because, man, I have been busy, but I'm about to come back with a vengeance. Expect a lot of videos this week from me, and we're going to start by talking about the Tennessee Titans beating the Baltimore Ravens 23-20. And yet again, it was not a very pretty win by the Tennessee Titans, but it was another win by the Tennessee Titans, and I'm cool with that. Look, people, you can sit back and want us to look like the Philadelphia Eagles, look like the New Orleans Saints, to go out every week to beat this team by 20 points, to beat that team by 20 points, and for us to look really good. That is possible, but at the same time, sometimes you're just going to be good enough to beat teams by a little bit every week and just be okay with that because you're getting W's, and that is what this football team is. And as long as we're getting wins, as long as the win count keeps increasing, I don't care. Okay, we all know the big news this week. Deshaun Watson tore his ACL. He is out for the season, and as a result, the AFC South is up for grabs. It's either gonna be the Tennessee Titans or the Jacksonville Jaguars. I personally believe it is going to be the Tennessee Titans, but even if it is not, look at the AFC wildcard race. Who was one of the big competitors in that race? Still is the Baltimore Ravens, and we beat them today, and we created some separation between ourselves and the Ravens today. So ultimately, even if we lose the division, we're looking even better and better when it comes to the wild card race, because the only teams that are really in the wild card race right now, things will change. The Buffalo Bills, who haven't faced the Patriots once yet, they got to face them twice. They got to go face the Saints. They got to face the Chiefs. Their schedule is tough. We'll see how long they last. The Miami Dolphins, good luck with that. The Jacksonville Jaguars, we'll see who wins that race between us and them, and that's pretty much it. Now, perhaps the Raiders are going to come back and the Chargers are going to come back. We'll see about that, but we're looking pretty good right now. I like where this football team is. Let's talk about this game, though, specifically. Let's start with my MVP, and this guy is balling out dog. Kevin Byard. Wow. Mr. Blue Raider from MTSU last year. This guy in his sophomore campaign is absolutely playing tremendous. 2 interceptions today. 3 interceptions 2 weeks ago. This guy has 5 interceptions in his last 2 games. He now leads the league in interceptions. Whoa! We haven't had this kind of conversation since Michael Griffin was doing things for this football team, and that was a long time ago. Okay, so things are actually looking good defensively. We have a playmaker defensively. The defense stepped up today for the most part. You know, they let the Ravens come back in the 4th quarter, make things a little more interesting than I would have liked for them to be, but the defense played well. Kevin Byard is absolutely great right now. I mean, he's playing like a top 5 free safety in the NFL. In terms of being a ball hawk, in terms of being rangy and making plays, he's been tremendous. He's been terrific. You have to love his play right now for this football team. Top 5 free safety right now in the NFL, Kevin Byard, and thank God we finally have a big defensive playmaker. We've been needing one of these guys for years, and you're seeing the effect it has. I mean, without him, do we even win the past 2 games? I mean, it's a question if we do. Thank you, Kevin Byard, for your contributions for this football team. Gerald Casey, okay, this guy stepped up today. He is now playing like he should have been playing earlier this year. Okay, he's been stepping up lately. Like to see that after we extended him during the offseason. To me, a bit too early, but whatever. He's extended. We look at Wesley Woodyard, who, by the way, I'm going to continue to say is better than Avery Williamson. Look, the guy's just better. He makes more plays, huge plays. Wesley Woodyard makes on a play-to-play, game-to-game, week-to-week basis. I mean, you saw today. He had the 3rd and 3 stop. He had the 4th and 1 stop. This guy makes plays. He has a couple of pass breakups. Now, he'll let up a play every now and then, but this guy's good. And Avery Williamson, he's been playing better lately, but you look at that 4th and 1 stop that we had, that was huge. It was huge, you know, Buck Allen, Javorius Allen, whatever he wants to be called that week. Let's call him Javorius this week. Javorius Allen He tried to go up the middle. You saw Wesley Woodyard go through the pack and stop him. But if you looked at the replay, who was at the back of the pile? Our defensive pile, Avery Williamson. I don't know what the hell he's doing back there. While Wesley Woodyard is at the front lines, Avery Williamson was at the back lines. I didn't understand that at all. I watched the replay and see what the hell Avery Williamson was doing. Maybe that was his role on that play, you know, just play safe just in case Brock Allen, you know, goes through the defense. But that just tells me that's a little microcosm of the way both these two players are playing right now. Wesley Woodyard is the aggressive linebacker for this football team. Avery Williamson is the passive linebacker for this football team. But Wesley Woodyard, fantastic. Logan Ryan, pretty good overall. You know, he let up some passes every now and then, but he made the huge play. Okay, he's the one that broke up the pass when Brashad Perriman was going down the field. He broke it up. He let Kevin Byard get that interception, so you have to love that. Also made a couple of pass breakups as well, so I like Logan Ryan right now. Adoree Jackson, you know, he had a holding call. He let up some passes, a slant. He's okay. I still would prefer a better number 2 corner. Okay, next year, if we're going to try to ascend to being a Super Bowl team, we're going to need a better corner than this guy, okay? Or our offense is going to have to be really, really, really good. This won't fly next year if we're trying to be a Super Bowl team, but maybe by next year he's actually good. You know, right now, people, he's just a below average corner. That's just what he is, okay? Like, let's just call it what it is. He's below average corner, but he can make plays. I'm not saying he's completely worthless. He's completely bad. He's worth a 3rd rounder, okay? He was a 3rd round cornerback, and that's what I'm saying. He's not Tre'Davious White, who's looking fantastic right now when we could have drafted with the 18th pick overall. He's a 3rd round corner. That's exactly what I expected from Adoree Jackson. If you're starting him, you're foolish, but he'll make some plays. But overall, he'll be mediocre and pretty bad. Okay, so that's where he is right now. And I'm still waiting patiently for him to make some sort of kick or punt return for a touchdown. We need one of these big plays from this guy. This is why we draft you that high. We got to get something a little more out of our special teams in terms of that, but whatever. Jayon Brown, he was making his plays as usual today. And that's pretty much it for the defense today. I mean, again, I was impressed with Jarrell Casey and company. Brian Arakpo, okay, he had a couple nice plays as well. Derek Morgan had a half a sack, but I still think it's time to upgrade this guy. We can keep him on the lineup, but I want a big-time pass rusher next year. I want one. And that's pretty much it for the defensive side of things. Offensively, Marcus Mariota, good game. Okay, good game overall. I would give it an A-, maybe B+, but there was one big blemish on his game, and that was the interception. It was a horrible interception. It was the 4th quarter, I believe, where he just threw the ball up to Eric Weddle. I mean, that ball was to Eric Weddle. It wasn't to Rashard Matthews. It was to Eric Weddle. And if you look at the shadows on the football field, I think he just didn't see it, right? I mean, I think it was a very lit area over there for some reason. Like the way the sun was shining down, there were shadows on like one half of the field, and then that was a really lit area. Perhaps he didn't see him. Something happened there, because I can't believe Mariota just threw the ball like that to Eric Weddle. I mean, I refuse to believe that went through his head, because I don't know what went through his head there. So I think something visually went on there with Mariota, but outside of that, he was great. 2 touchdowns, you know, the 1 interception, and we need to start seeing more touchdowns from this guy. 4 touchdowns heading into this game, too little. Now he has 6 at the halfway point. Fine. I want to see him for the next half of the season. I want to see at least 10 touchdowns. Honestly, I'd like to see 14. I want to see him get over 20 passing touchdowns for the regular season. Hell, I thought he was going to have over 30 or at least 29 this season. So he's not going to make that mark, but at least make 20. Okay, because I'm not trying to have this conversation over the offseason about Mariota not making 20 passing touchdowns and him not being very good, although we know he's good. And he proved that today. I mean, this guy's good. It's rare. Very rarely do you look at him dropping back and just making poor decisions. He'll make 1 or 2 a game, but the guy's distributing the ball well, making good throws. He's a good quarterback. We know this. We know this. Other people don't, and I don't know why. You have Skip Bayless on Undisputed saying Colin Kaepernick is better than this guy. Give me a freaking break. Okay, so run game not there today. And when is our run game going to be consistent? I don't know. Maybe it won't be. You know, maybe it's just not going to be this year. DeMarco Murray, bad game today. Derrick Henry was, you know, okay in spurts, but overall not great. You know, this run game right now is struggling. The bye week didn't help to fix that, so that's problematic. Hopefully it can be fixed, but in the meantime, Mariota is moving the ball efficiently. You know what I think happened in this game? I think we fell asleep at halftime. I think we had a complete lack of urgency when we were up 16-6, and as an offense, we just decided, we're up, we're just gonna run the ball, run, pass, run, pass. Had about a couple 3-and-outs, and then all of a sudden the Ravens scored a touchdown, and we're like, oh snap, okay, we need to do something. And then as soon as that happened, we went down the field and scored a touchdown. I think we just lost urgency in the third quarter for this football game, and then when the Ravens scored their touchdown, then we finally woke up. I think that's what happened here, so I'm not too concerned. Again, I like this football team right now. Again, we're not a great football team. We're not going to go to the Super Bowl. No. Unless if we really get our stuff together. Defensively, I can see that happening. Offensively, not quite, but it's getting better. But I still think this is one of the top 6 football teams in the AFC easily. I'd even argue top 4. I think we're right behind the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Patriots. I think it's us. Maybe the Jags. The Bills have looked better, but again, their schedule is going to start being really tough. They face the Patriots twice. They face the Chiefs. They face the Saints. All those are L's to me. They go to LA Chargers too, which is not very easy. I think the Bills are in trouble. They haven't even faced the Dolphins yet. They could split with the Dolphins. I would be shocked. They split with the Jets. Why wouldn't they split with the Dolphins? I think we're good. I think we're going to the playoffs this year. Even if we lose the AFC South, this is the thing. Even if we lose the AFC South, which is very possible. Actually, I tweeted this week. I'm like, you know what? The Titans are going to easily win the division. I was too premature there because I went on an adventure to look at the Jaguars' schedule. It's an easy schedule. I mean, the Jaguars should honestly win 11 games, but if we're the 5th seed and they're the 4th seed, guess what? We got Tennessee at Jacksonville. If Jacksonville won the division, but we go and beat Jacksonville in the first round of the playoffs, I don't care that we lost the division, because at the end of the day, we still won the playoff game that really matters. So ultimately, I like this football team right now. The most important thing, stay healthy, damn it. Okay, Marcus Mariota, stay healthy, because while J.J. Watt is out and Deshaun Watson is out and all these big injuries in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers, Odell Beckham, we good. Marcus Mariota missed that one game that if he played, we would have won, and we'd be 6-2 right now, by the way. But outside of that, we've been pretty healthy. And speaking of healthy, guess who's healthy now? Corey Davis, who came back and showed a flash in this game. And you know what we need to do? We need to just give this guy some volume, because whenever we throw to this guy, good things happen. We need to just give him some good volume one of these games. Maybe they're trying to slow him, slowly ingratiate him and integrate him in offense. That's fine. But man, this guy can make some plays, and he can turn some short passes into some long receptions. Trust me on that. We got to get him with some short passes, some intermediate passes, some long passes. Corey Davis can turn those into huge plays. Trust me on that. We have to force feed this guy. Next week, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at home. Gotta win. Okay, it's not a must win, because right now I think we're pretty good in terms of the overall landscape of this playoff race, but I want to win because it sets us up so nice. At that point, we would have won 4 straight games, 6-3, looking good. And then the week after that, we go to Pittsburgh, a game that we will probably lose. But the last game that I thought we would probably lose, I was really confident that we would lose, was last year at the Kansas City Chiefs, and we won that game. So if we can just head into that Pittsburgh game 6-3, Steelers like, we'll take care of them, no problem. I like our chances on a Thursday night football game where the Steelers could be caught off guard. So for the Baltimore Ravens, let's discuss them a bit. Your season is still alive, but it's not well. You're 4-5. The wild card race is not looking very good right now for you. The Bills, the Titans, and the Jags are all in that wild card range. Either the Titans or the Jags win the division, and the other one right now is in the wild card race. And again, things are going to change. I need to be more clear in saying that I think the Raiders are going to make a comeback, but it's got to be a hell of a comeback. And I think the Chargers are dangerous as well. But right now, that's just the way it looks. It looks Titans, Jags, Bills, 2 of those 3 teams make the wild card, and the other one wins the AFC South. That's the way it looks right now. This loss hurts because if the Titans lose the AFC South and they're competing for the wild card, they now have the tiebreaker over you. That stinks. You guys also faced the Jags and lost, right? That also stinks. So the wild card is not looking good. I kind of think this season's kind of over. You guys could do something, but look, the offense right now, it's not good. And it's time to think about replacing Joe Flacco. To think about it, but I'm not saying that I would. I think our offensive personnel is just ass. Alex Collins is not good, okay? That's just the damn truth. You guys can trot him out there and he can have a good game every now and then, but he's just not very good. Your wide receivers are booty. Jeremy Maclin, this guy's almost done. You look at Brashard Perriman, he's not a complete wide receiver. He just runs a bunch of 9 routes and that's it. Tight ends, Benjamin Watson, who's old as dirt. That's it. Okay, you have your injured Crockett Gilmore, your injured Max Williams, your released, your injured Dennis Pitta. You need better offensive personnel. And yet again, I look at the Ravens sideline, and what do I see? I see a baboon with a play sheet. I've seen this every year for the Baltimore Ravens for the past 10, 15 years. I don't know why you guys cannot find a good offensive coordinator. Marty Mornhinweg has no idea what he's doing. Fire him. Okay, so yet another fired offensive coordinator in Baltimore. And it's time, because this offense is trash. Okay, they just don't do anything. They have no real concepts. They have no real identity. Why the hell, when you were down 6-16, would you run the ball on a fourth and one when you're in field goal range? You take the field goal, you go down by 7, and then you let the game play out. Going for it there made no damn sense, especially when you just run the ball to Javorius Buck Allen, who is not a very fearful running back at all in the NFL. No one fears Buck Allen. Okay, so that didn't make any sense to me. And that's what they did. And that also falls on John Harbaugh. Bad decision there. The Ravens have lost their luster. Their defense can still get some takeaways, can still make some plays, but offensively, they're a damn disaster. And until they can improve this offensive personnel, get rid of this offensive coordinator, they ain't making the playoffs. And right now, I know they have a better record than the Bengals, but I think the Bengals are better. And we'll see who ends up being better this season, but I don't think either one of them makes the playoffs this year. I think the Ravens need to consider getting rid of Joe Flacco, but probably keep him, but really improve the offensive personnel, because without improvement there, the Ravens ain't going to do nothing for quite a while. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Titans versus Ravens. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.